Why blueprint strategies will always fail. The idea of a blueprint is very, very compelling. Somebody has achieved some kind of success, monetary success or romantic success or some kind of success. And he or she is going to teach you their blueprint step-by-step recipe to replicate that same success. All you have to do is follow their step-by-step plan and your success is guaranteed. Right? Not so fast. We love the idea of a guaranteed step-by-step plan. Why? We don't like risk. Maybe there was a group of risk-loving cave people back in the day, but they all got eaten by dinosaurs. The history of humanity has been described by historians as a group of scared, lazy people doing everything they can to make life easier and safer. This makes us absolute suckers for any step-by-step blueprint plan. But they will never work. Why? Firstly, because nobody really knows for sure why they succeed. There are far too many variables to even measure. Everything falls under a Pareto distribution. What the heck is a Pareto distribution? It's otherwise known as the 80-20 rule. The idea comes from an economist, a guy named Pareto, back in the 1800s. Basically, it says that 20% of any system will do 80% of the work. If you count up all the points scored in the NBA for any one particular year, you'll find that 20% of the players score 80% of the points. If you have a company with 100 salespeople, 20%, 20 people will make 80% of the sales. So what the heck does this have to do with blueprint plans? Imagine a publishing company. An old school publishing company before Kindle. How many filters are there between the writers of books and the publishers of books? The writer has to get an agent. The agent has to pitch the book to a publishing company. And at least one person at the publishing company has to read the book to decide whether or not they think it will sell. And so they publish it. And guess what? Of all the books that are published, 20% of books make 80% of the sales. The books at the bottom are essentially subsidized by the books at the top. What does this mean? The agent thought the book would sell. The person at the publishing company thought the book would sell. But within all the books that are published, all the books that make it through these two filters, 80% of books only make 20% of the money because 20% of the books make 80% of the money. So this means that even though the agent thought the book would sell, even though the person at the publishing company thought the book would sell, they are only right 20% of the time. This suggests that success is utterly unpredictable. Success is based on variables that we may never understand. Sure, you can buy a blueprint plan to bake a cake or something, but the more complicated the recipe is, the harder it will be to make it correctly. Even recipes which are step-by-step blueprints can't be used by many people. Everybody in the world who can't cook can't follow a simple recipe successfully. Consider some of the food served at high-end 5-star restaurants. How many people would be able to cook that same food if they were given a blueprint, a recipe, a step-by-step system to reproduce that same food? If cooking something from a recipe was so easy, why is it so hard to become a world-class, top-level chef? And life is much, much more complicated than cooking. Cooking is like chemistry, operating on inert ingredients. But life is interacting with other people. And every single time you interact with another human, there are a cajillion variables going on. You say the same thing to the same person on 2 different days and you'll get a completely different result. How in the heck are you supposed to apply a blueprint recipe for success when you're dealing with people that change every single day? Clearly, obviously, step-by-step blueprint plans sound very good, but to achieve real success in life, you need to embrace risk. You have to feel comfortable in situations where you have no idea what the outcome will be. Your brain is a magnificent piece of biological machinery. According to many scientists, neuroscientists, the brain, your brain, is the most complex thing in the universe that we know of. The more experience you get, the more data you'll have in your brain that will guide you on what to do in those unknown situations. Even a relatively straightforward game like chess is something you will never master. Every new game against every new opponent will be a brand new experience. Every conversation you have with a stranger will be a brand new experience. Every conversation you have with somebody that you know will be a brand new experience that you cannot predict. But every conversation you have with a stranger or with somebody familiar will give you more experience that will help you do better next time. Dale Carnegie once said that every time you give a speech, you're actually giving 3 speeches. The speech you plan to give, the speech you actually give, and the speech you wish you would have given, except that this will happen with every new experience. What you hope happens or what you plan to have happen, what actually happens, what you wish would have happened. This structure will never go away. This structure will stay with you all the way through life. So long as you have a vague idea of what you want for your life in about a year and you keep moving towards that, you cannot fail. Leave the blueprints and the step-by-step recipes for success for all the people living on the sidelines of life that are too scared to get in the game. Get in the game and keep charging towards your ambition. Learn as much as you can along the way and embrace the game. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. To learn more, please visit mindpersuasion.com.